Hi everybody, Jillian here from Gulf Coast Canine Dog Training, and we have our newest board and train dog in today. Her name is Delilah, and she's here with her brother Willie. And they're two really exuberant doodles that just need a little bit more obedience and just some better manners around the house and outside on a leash. They don't come when called, and they do pull when they're on the leash, and their owners did say that when they're home together, it's just pandemonium. It's like WWE in their living room. So we've been working for their first couple of days on just some leash training with food and making sure that they understand leash pressure in terms of the training collar that we're using, so that then we can start their eCollar training, which is what we're doing today. So I have Delilah with me. She's actually on place off camera here. And so she already understands place command, heeling, and sitting when we stop. She still needs help through all of those things and sometimes some gentle reminders. But we're laying in the eCollar training today, and we're going to start with place command. So we already found her working level, which happens to be a 5. The eCollars that we use are from eCollar Technologies, and their range is from 0 to 100. So she just barely feels it at a 5, and that's where we're going to start introducing this communication. So eCollars aren't used where we just put it on the dog, they do something bad, and we correct them at a high level. Eventually dogs go, oh well, I don't really know what to do to avoid this, and yeah, this pressure doesn't really feel very good. And sometimes some dogs just keep going through the pressure because they don't actually know what it means. So instead, we teach them all what it's about. So pressure turns on, we ask Delilah to do something, and then when she does it, pressure goes away. This way she starts to understand, hey, I can actually control this with my actions, my behavior, and this lady with the green shirt can actually help me avoid this sensation. So we teach it at a very low level so that Delilah understands how to turn it on and how to turn it off, which is really important in the beginning phases of training. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Delilah, and she's already collared up, hanging out on place really nicely. And I'm going to show you guys how we start introducing the remote collar with place command. All right, so here's Delilah. Sit. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to turn the eCollar pressure on slightly before I tell her to go to place. I did pair it with our sound box, which is sitting right next to our camera here. And what you're going to hear are some beeps, beep, 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 as I'm turning the pressure on. So you can actually hear when the pressure goes on, and you can actually hear when the pressure goes off. So the idea is that as we turn the pressure on, we give her good advice to be able to get that pressure to go away. So what we mean by doing that is Delilah can now understand that her behavior affects this pressure and this sensation and whether it turns on or off. So we're going to go ahead at a level 5 where again she just barely feels it, and we're going to guide her over to place. Good girl. And we always pair this with food. Good decisions and food are always one and the same. So we release the pressure as Delilah is moving towards the place cot. We don't want to wait to release the pressure when all 4 paws are there. We want to tell her, hey, great job, keep doing that behavior, and then you get a reward or a snack at the end. So we do a lot of repetition of this. It isn't just a one-time or couple-time thing. We want to make sure that each dog and their understanding of the eCollar pressure is really significant, so that when they are put in a situation where the stakes are high, distractions are high, and we need them to do something, if that pressure turns on, they know how to remove it. So we're going to do a couple of these repetitions with Delilah, and I'm going to just show you what one of our training sessions introducing the eCollar looks like. Girl, break. I do like to stop each dog's momentum as I'm teaching them this eCollar pressure. So I always try to put them in a sit, or at least stop them prior to asking them to go to place. Good awesome spot to be, but we also want to be able to use this pressure and this sensation to tell dogs that they need to either go there or that they need to correct themselves in their behavior to go back. So we also use this if dogs step off. So in our first session, we're only going to be using it to send Delilah to place. Eventually, we're going to use it for both sending and also if she breaks position. Yeah, good girl. Good. And again, the most important part is that release of pressure. At the slightest movement towards place, I want to be able to release that pressure and tell her, good job, keep doing that. So again, always release pressure when your dog commits to doing the behavior you ask them to do, instead of once they're already completely done. Good girl. Yeah, nice job. Now with these fuzzy dogs, it's always really important to make sure that we do have a good fit of the collar and good contact. So she's got a lot of extra fur around her neck, and so does her brother. So we just make sure that every single time we fit that collar, that it makes good contact. You always have to remember that if the contact isn't good, then it's not really fair for your dog. The other important steps in this is that we want to turn pressure on, we want to tell her the command, so place in this case, and then we want to help her with the leash and our body language. So again, it's eCollar, the command, and then help with the leash and our body movement. Yep. Good. Now, obviously for young dogs like Delilah, we want to make sure to make each of these training sessions fun. We don't want to drill anything too much. We don't want it to be just drill and drill and drill until we take all the fun out of doing the training. So we'll do a couple of repetitions of introducing the eCollar with place command, and then we'll take her for a walk. We'll do some sits, we'll do some other things that she already knows. So we really do like to break up the training sessions a lot, and so this way it doesn't become stale or stagnant for the dog. So hope you enjoyed Delilah's first eCollar session, and stay tuned for more of her progress.